Welcome to Building Brainwaves. One of the things that helped me in my recovery from OCD, anxiety, and depression was understanding what mental health actually is. So what is mental health? A lot of definitions define it as a lack of mental illness, a state of mental well-being, or your ability to handle the stresses of life. In my recovery process, I didn't find any of these definitions to be very helpful. And I think the concept of mental health being a lack of mental illness is actually pretty ridiculous. It's like being a couch potato who says he's healthy just because he doesn't have any diagnosable diseases yet.
Fitness.
Then there's the definition of it simply being a state of mental well-being, which I found to be much too vague. I also think it implies that to be mentally healthy, you need to not be experiencing any challenging emotions like anxiety or depression, and I just haven't found that to be the case. Instead, I would say that you actually can be mentally healthy while you're experiencing those challenging emotions. And if you're a human, you can expect to feel these challenging emotions from time to time. However, on a side note to this, I will say that the actions that got you into that state of anxiety or depression may or may not have been unhealthy actions. Then there's the definition based on being able to handle the stresses of life. I would also say that this is somewhat untrue as well. Many of the times when my mental health was at its worst, I was actually holding down a job, completing school, and getting good grades, and by outside standards, I was handling the stresses of life quite well. Similarly, I think a lot of us are able to go through the motions of life and get through things, whether we're actually mentally healthy or not, at least until it gets to a certain point. With that being said, I do think that life is much harder when we are making decisions that are detracting from our mental health. But back to the original question, what is mental health and what does it really mean to be mentally healthy? Surprisingly enough, I've come to find that mental health is not based on feelings that you're experiencing. It's more based on actions. And as a result, I would define mental health as your ability to be the person that you want to be and do the things that you really want to do with your life, regardless of how you feel. One of my favorite definitions of mental health comes from another YouTuber named Mark Freeman, if you want to look him up, and he says that mental health is the practice of being yourself. And through my recovery process, that's probably the definition that resonated with me the most and really helped me get to a place where I was able to recover. So what all this means is that in order to become mentally healthy, we really just have to work on continually doing just that. We just need to work on doing the things that we really care about in any given moment, despite how we're feeling. You can choose to be mentally healthy right now or in any given moment by simply accepting your thoughts and feelings while you direct your attention and your actions towards the things that you really care about in life. Anytime you end up sinking your time or energy into changing your feelings or your thoughts, you are choosing to direct yourself toward poor mental health. Every time you choose to do the things that you care about, regardless of how you feel, you are choosing to be mentally healthy. So to sum things up, mental health is not an absence of challenging emotions. It's not an absence of a diagnosable mental illness. It's simply your ability to be the person that you want to be in any given moment. And if you continue to work on this over time, I think you'll be surprised to see how your body and brain begin to operate. Well, that's all for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment if you want to chat, and thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you later.
Fitness. 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 Oh, I'm so fit.